Hello everyone, I am Rusha Mukherjee, interning with LEXIS and Company. Today I am going to discuss with the Directive Principles of State Policy. Directive Principles of State Policy has been stated in Part 4 of the Constitution. It has been taken from the Irish Constitution. Now, these principles, as we know, are not enforceable. But a question comes to our mind that then why should we at all bother about the directive principles of state policy? Or why were these principles actually provided in the Constitution? Actually, when the Constitution was made, our country was not in such an economic condition or social condition that it could implement all the principles that it wanted to. And so, all could not be made enforceable. Though most important rights, most important things that was important for the people to have was given under the fundamental rights of Part 3. But the others that were less important, that should have been enforced when the country has the sufficient economic and social means to do that. The directive principles had to be enforced at that time, not before that. One example that we can take is the right to education. When India got independent, India was not in such a condition that it could implement the right to education as a fundamental right. But as soon as we got it, we got the means to implement it as a fundamental right. It was incorporated under Article 21E. And now right to education has become a fundamental right. All the other directive principles are also always under trial to be made a fundamental right, or the state always endeavors to make laws that abides by these directive principles of state policy. Now, how are the parties forced to follow the directive principles of state policy? Actually, it is on the public opinion, because if they do something that does not abide by the directive principles, then they will actually lose their seat. Secondly, we know that Article 37 gives the applicability where it says that the directive principles are not enforceable, and it also says that the directive principles are the most important or fundamental things for the governance of the entire country. The parliament or the government has to make laws that should try to actually help these DPSP to be implemented well, though they cannot be enforced in a court of law. Under Article 36, it is defined that the word state has the same meaning as it has under Part 3 of the Constitution. Now, we know that it has been told by the courts repeatedly that a fundamental right and the directive principles of state policy should try and coordinate between each other. They should maintain a harmony between each other. It should not be a case where they are clashing with each other. And it is the state's responsibility to do so. The main directive principles of state policy, though they are not differentiated directly under the Constitution, it has been divided upon 3 parts. How? By seeing or by looking at the functions it aims at, with the intention that it has been made. Seeing all these things, it is divided into 3 parts. First is the socialist. They talk about making of a welfare state. Second is the Gandhian principle, that talks about all the principles that Gandhiji followed during the freedom struggle. And the last is the liberal. That is talking about making a liberal society, and it is actually miscellaneous. the socialist things are taken care under Article 38, 39, 39A, 41, 42, 43, 43A and 47. While the Gandhian principles are taken care under 40, 47, 43, 48, 43B, 46. While liberal are taken under 44, 49, 45, 48, 48A and 51. Now the thing is that it has been seen that many of the directive principles have been made laws by the states. Like we see that the equal work for equal pay that has been told under the directive principles of state policy under Article 39, it has been made a law. We can also see that the children's right has been enforced by various laws. The maternity benefit that has been talked under Article 42 is also made a law under the Maternity Relief Act. And there are many other provisions also for these. So many of the directive principles have been shaped into laws so that it can be well implemented. Now, there has been certain very, very important amendments that we see in this case. Like the 86th Amendment, where we see in 2002 Article 45 was added. Under the 42nd Amendment, where 39A, 43A, 48A, all these were there. Under the 44th Amendment, where Article 38 was amended. In the 97th Amendment also, we see certain changes made. So the main important amendments in respect to the Constitution's directive principles was the 42nd, 44th and 86th Amendment along with the 97th Amendment. These are actually making the society better. It will lead to shape a better society. And if India is in such a situation that it can handle and make all the directive principles into fundamental rights of people, then India will shine brightly in the sky. Thank you. That's all for today. Stay happy, stay safe.